Hey everyone, welcome back. Quest for You is on episode 115. Yep, we're going to talk again about New Year's resolutions. I titled this episode Your Successful New Year's Resolution. In episode 111, I dove a little bit into the tradition of these resolutions. And if you remember, your task at the end of the episode was to start thinking of a goal you would like to make for 2018. Well, if you haven't come up with anything, or you're not planning on making any goals, then I have some ideas for you. These are the top 5 New Year's resolutions from 2016, but I think they were very similar for 2017. I couldn't find good data for 2017, but they're probably very similar. So on the top of the list, stay fit and healthy, 37%. Lose weight, 32%. Enjoy life to the fullest, 28%. Spend less, save more, 25%. And spend more time with family and friends, 19%. So all of them are pretty close, which is very interesting. People across the globe have similar desires of things that they want to accomplish. Health and exercise, happiness, money, and family. What do you think is the failure rate for New Year's resolutions? Well, it's approximately 80% of resolutions that fail by the second week of February. So let me guess. Some of you have given up on New Year's resolutions because you didn't make it past February. Maybe you have not even tried because you don't believe in them. And for the rest of us, and yes, I'm including myself, we probably have mixed emotions. There is, on one hand, this sense of excitement about the prospect of change, but then there's also some doubt about our success potential. So what happens when you don't accomplish your goals? What we often tend to do is we blame our lack of willpower. We feel discouraged, which often affects our self-esteem. And ultimately, we settle. We think that certain things are just not meant for us, and so we leave it. There are many reasons why 80% of us never make it, but those are not the focus of this episode today. Instead, here's what I would like for you to take away today from this episode is number 1, to see the incredible power that goals can have. And 2, to show you how to set a goal that leads to success. That's why I titled it Your Successful New Year's Resolution. I strongly believe in goals. Setting goals gets stuff done. And I've said this before, but goals add the description to our ambitions. They firm up our dreams, our hopes, and our desires. And this quote by Fyodor Dostoevsky I've shared before too, but I want to say this quote again. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. The ever-repeating climb up the same hill has left many of us discouraged. So to avoid the disappointment, we've given up on dreaming of those six-pack abs or that thriving online business because we don't want to fail. So we pass up what we really desire because we think we cannot get there. What this really means is that we have become dishonest with ourselves by not living the life that we really want. To find your New Year's resolution, the one that you will stick to, you need to ask yourself, what do you want to live for? What gets you excited? What do you want to look back on with satisfaction many years from now? Start with a goal that matters to you, not to someone else, not because it sounds cool, and because everyone does it. It's your goal and it has to come from the inside. It has to matter. The nearer your goal is to your heart, the higher your chances of success. Notice how I said goal in the singular? Each January 1st, millions of people drag themselves out of bed, filled with hope and sometimes with hangover, resolve to eat less, exercise more, spend less money, work harder, maybe learn a new language, and still somehow magically have more time for romantic dinners. I realize most of us listening to this podcast are pretty ambitious people. We get excited at the prospect of preparing, creating those spreadsheets, filling up the blank pages in that beautiful Moleskine journal, buying the new Lululemon outfits, joining the meetup groups, and paying for all these courses and memberships. The year is so long, we have plenty of time. Yes, that Outlook calendar looks blank for next year, but let's be realistic. The days are already filled even before we schedule them. Our lives are hectic. Only children are bored. I haven't used the word bored in ages. So keep it simple. Take that dream you identified earlier, the one that puts a smile on your face and a quiver in your voice and a spring in your step. Make that your one resolution and try following it through. You will only crush under the pressure of too many and often conflicting goals. Focus on just one goal. It doesn't even have to fill up an entire year. Maybe it's a goal per quarter or per month even. But the key is this. Focus on it. Focus is one of those overused words. But when it comes to New Year's resolutions, it's the one factor that I believe leads you to success. So I want to be very clear, because the word focus by itself is very abstract. You need to allow focus to actually happen. Not just say I will focus, but you need to allow it to take place. How do you do that? You dedicate time to your goal. Small amounts on a regular basis. How do you brush your teeth every day? How do you get dressed and go to work? Or you go out to lunch at noon every day. These are routines that occupy time in your day on a regular basis. You don't think about them. I bet you don't debate with yourself whether or not to take a shower, right? I would hope not. New Year's resolutions are new. They currently don't have a time slot on your daily agenda. Every end of the year, every beginning of the year, we force them in, and we think we magically will get 30 minutes of yoga practice in every morning, or take that French class twice a week, or train for that marathon that's taking place in 6 months. You have to create space in your day for this new activity. Every day, your mind, your heart, and your body need to live and breathe and feel this, what matters to you. And this is how it will one day become a routine. A simple part of your day that you don't have to think about anymore. A change to your life. And you will notice when the change has taken place, when that gym bag of yours is always packed, sitting right next to your laptop bag every day. Or when you walk by the donuts in your office without even looking at that pink box. Or when you are getting up earlier every Tuesday by default because you know it's time for that Toastmasters class or that French class or the improv class that you're taking. Don't just plan your New Year's goal. Go deeper, beyond the decision to go for it. Sit down and think about making this goal part of your life. This may require shifting or even canceling other things. Sleep hours, happy hours, social media hours. This is why it's so critical that it's not just any resolution, but something of true importance for you. This is why you start with one goal, because making time daily for one new thing is hard enough. If you have a vision and you have clarity about the end result and where this goal is taking you, then sticking to it will become much easier. And this, my friends, is how resolutions are executed. Every day, a little bit. Take small steps. At first, there will be resistance, and you know all about resistance. Just listen to my episodes on that topic. Your old schedule will call you. Hey, it's time for that Netflix show. But no, you got a plan. You don't need to rely on the universe to make the circumstances right, or on your willpower, which you can never fully control anyway. You need to create the conditions to execute your goal. And you're not in a rush. You're enjoying the process of working on your goal every day, just a little bit. You see, we don't think our way into a new way of living. We live our way into a new way of thinking. You start every day anew until it becomes part of you, Your resolution then turns from contraction, from effort, and from a push into a way of life, a reality that pulls you towards your best self. This is how dreams come true. That is my encouragement for you. There's nothing fancy about making New Year's resolutions successful. The thing that has always worked for me is finding something that really matters to you and then making time for it every day. Even if it's a class that you take only once a week, still make time for this goal. There are probably many things that you can do to prepare for that class, to work on the project outside of that 1 hour that you are meeting with your group once a week. Make this goal that is so important to you part of your life. That is how you will be successful with it. And there's definitely another episode on goals, maybe more, but there's a lot to talk about. I love goals, and goals, like I said, get things done. So give them a try. Maybe you feel inspired after today's episode, and if you are not sure, send me a message. Maybe we can talk about your potential goals. Much love. Until next time.